Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy and I like to talk about makeup panning, nail polish, and sometimes things going on in my real life. Today I have my monthly makeup basket where I rotate through all my products and share with you how much I use them over the month and what I think and all that. And pick new products. So if you are interested in that, then hit the subscribe button and stay tuned. Alright, as I said in the intro, I like to work on rotating through my products so they all get a little bit of love, and sometimes focusing on certain products so that I can finish them or get them closer to being finished. So that is what we're working on. I go through everything I've used over the last month, tell you how many times I used it, and then we'll bring in new products for the coming month. Alright. So all the introduction stuff out of the way. We're going to start with my primer that I'm currently working on. This is the NYX Hydrotouch primer, and there is just the littlest bit left in there. I checked when I did my makeup today, and yeah, I am so close to being finished with this. I do enjoy it. It's hydrating. I don't think it does much else. I mean, it might help with makeup performance, but it's hydrating and it feels good, so I'm going to keep using that. Then for concealer, I have this Purely's Perfect Glow BB Concealer, and I cannot see through this one, but it is getting pretty empty. This is in the shade Fair. I do have it on today. I use it as an under eye brightener or concealer, and then I mix it with my foundation that I'm currently using that I'll talk to you about in a minute because it's a little bit dark. The primer I used 10 times over the last month, I forgot to say, and the concealer I used 11 times. Apparently I used it one time when I didn't use other things. I don't know. I've been doing makeup differently over the last month, where I've been having like no makeup days where I don't do a full face, but I'll like throw something on. So I might have used this. I think I used this one time as an eye primer to see how that worked. Don't think it worked very well, but yeah, so I've used that 11 times and I will probably continue using that. We'll see. I might go back to my other concealer. I only have 2 concealers in my collection, so not a big deal. Alright, last month for foundation, I decided to bring in my e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation in the shade 130 Snow. I said I was going to scrape down all the product out and use what was left. I was able to scrape down the sides best I could with my spatula, and I got one use out of it. Everything else that's in there is dried up and stuck to the sides, and I can't get it out. I took the pump off, I scraped it with my spatula, and yeah. Anyway, all that to say, there was only one use left in this container. So yeah, it's all done, and we got one use out of it. I definitely enjoy this. I don't know if it's something I need. I don't need a full coverage. I'm liking the skin tints I'm using right now, but if I were to purchase another one, I would definitely purchase this, and this was a really good skin match for me. It was a cool with pink undertones, and that's 130 Snow. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I might consider purchasing this again, but I don't need to at the moment. So to replace that, since I needed a foundation, I decided to bring in my L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier BB Cream. This is one that's white, and then you comes out white like that, and then you swirl it around, if I can find it on my hand, and it changes color. And I find the more I apply it and mix it, eventually it oxidizes, and you can see there on my hand, just barely, a little bit too dark for me, even though this is a fair shade. I'm really fair. I'm paper white fair. So I mix my concealer to lighten it up just a little bit, and that's what I have on today. and what I've been wearing most of the time. If they had a shade lighter than this, this is 810 fair. If they had a shade lighter than this, I might try that. The formula is really great. I enjoy it, but I don't even know if they still make this. I got this at a store that on clearance, so I will have to look into it. And if they make anything lighter than fair or 810 fair, maybe there's like an 805 or 800. I don't know. I don't know how they label these things, but that is this. I ended up using this 8 times over the last month. So yeah, since it is a slightly darker and it is summer, I will probably continue using this for the time being to get use out of it. Yeah, so that is my concealer, or my foundation. Alright, then for bronzer, I brought in the last remaining bronzer in my collection that had not been used. It is actually a highlighter from my Marvicorn palette. I guess it could be a bronzer in the Marvicorn. It is pretty much, it's a highlighter. And it is this one here called 8000. I am wearing it today, and I've been wearing it almost all month whenever I wear makeup. I'm going to sheer it out there so there you can see it. Once I sheer it out and knock off the glitters, it's not as shiny, but I think it does add a bit of shine to the face, but not so much that it's you know, blinding. Yeah, this is one of the products I used sometimes on my no makeup days, so I used it 13 times over the last month, and I have expanded the pan in this quite a bit, and maybe I'll continue using it in the future. I don't know. It's not my favorite bronzer, but I did get use out of it, so it is a goal met for the month, I guess, if you could call it a goal. Alright, then for blush, I brought in my Pacifica Natural Mineral Wild Blush in Wild Rose. This is one I worked on last year and repressed it, and I discovered today I have a new pan. Right there, that shiny little pan. So I would like to work on finishing this, but I do have another blush in my collection that I have not touched yet, so I'll probably bring that in. So over the last month, I've used this blush 20 times. This is definitely something I'd wear on those no makeup days. I throw on a little blush, a little eyeshadow, maybe some eyeliner and mascara, and I would call it good. So 20 uses, and we got new baby pan. I'm excited about that because once I repressed it, I was like, oh, it looks brand new again. And it's a never-ending blush. That's the oldest makeup product in my entire collection, maybe except for a lipstick, but still, it needs to go away sometime in the near future. So I'm gonna work on it. Then for cream blush, I decided to use this lipstick as a cream blush because I don't care for it on my lips. This is the ColourPop Lippy Stick in the shade Cami. I was going to read the bottom, but apparently the whole bottom is just worn off. Matte. And somebody was saying, I was watching somebody else who had a lippy stick that was in a Matte X formula, and I was wondering if this was Matte X. I don't think so. I think it's just matte. But this is Cami, and I used this 10 times over the last month. I do have it on today. I put it on underneath other stuff. I really do enjoy it. It is my only ColourPop colored product, so I'm probably going to save this for Throwback 30 unless I get something else ColourPop, but I'm going to put this aside because I found another lipstick that I might want to use as a cream blush. I'm not a cream product person, but this is a way to get these products in my collection used, so I'm going to do it that way. So that I used 10 times. I said that. Okay. Then for highlighter, the highlighter that I randomly selected was also from the Marvicorn, and I used it 12 times, and it is this middle shade right here called Livin' Da Life. I didn't give you a swatch of the blush. Let me do that really quick. The blush and the highlighter. Alright, there we go. So that is the blush. It does have a golden sheen to it, and there is the highlighter. It's almost a little bit dark for me as a highlighter, but I put it on lightly, tapping off some of the glitters because there are some larger sparkly glittery particles in it. I really do enjoy it. It's a nice color. I also use it as an inner corner for my eyeshadow occasionally. So yeah, I really enjoyed Live into Life right there, that pinky peach highlighter, and I used that 12 times. I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again, and I'm sorry. Alright, for eyeliner, I brought in the, from PNyx, their Kajal pencil in Divine Callow. Divine Callow is the color. And I wanted to finish this. I was super close, so I kept this in. There's just the little bit of snub. Every time I roll this up, I swear there's more. Like, I was pretty sure I'd got it down really low, and then every time I'm like, oh, yeah, I could probably use this a little bit more, but I've decided to call it because it's, yeah, I don't know why there's so much product left in there when I swear it was all done. But I used it 6 times and called it done. I did bring in another eyeliner that I did not bring out to talk about to try as an upper waterline. It's a Maybelline ink shadow stick thing. It's big and fat, it's black. It's too creamy. It didn't work very well. So anyway, this is done. I'll probably, now that I like look at it and go, oh, there's a bit left in there, I might try and use that. Oh, okay. Now I know why. It was detached from the base. Got it. There, that's how much is actually. Okay, because I went to like swatch it and I'm like, it just pushed back down in. So, that's why I called it done, because it's done. It had just detached from the base and was coming out that way. Okay, so anyway, final story, verdict. That is done. It is finished. It is out of my collection. So, like I said, I brought in the other one, but I also had the white from NYX Epic Wear. I've been wearing this on my lower waterline. It's nice. It's brightening, but after wearing the Kajal, the black all over, I kind of got used to that look. This is okay. I will probably continue to use it in the future, but for now I'm going to give it a break. And I've had this for a while, but that's all there is. It's short. It's sweet. I used the white pencil 10 times over the last month. Alright, moving on to the final categories. I do have my lip liner sitting here. I'm wearing this today. This is the e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner in Plum and Get It. This is the lip liner I wear most of the times when I wear lip liner. I didn't track it this month because it was the only lip liner in my collection. So yes. And then finally for the rest of my lip products. So first I brought in Bullet Lipstick. This is from Ulta Beauty and it is shade 315 Party Crasher. It is just sort of a mauvey pink, but using this, it smells a lot like Play-Doh. It smells very crayon-y, and yeah, I have a lot left. So this is what I'm going to bring in to try as a cream blush. I think it'll be a nice shade. I'm just going to shear out what was on my hand, and you can't even see it. There we go. So that I think will come in as a nice blush shade. But as a lipstick over the last month, I used this 7 times. And yeah, like I said, it has that smell. Unfortunately, I feel like it smelled like that when I got it, which means it wasn't new. I ordered this online, and it's just gotten worse, and I don't enjoy putting it on my lips. It's a lovely color. I really enjoy the color, but since it's starting to smell, I don't want to put it on my lips and ingest it. So it is moving on to the cream blush category. And then also from Ulta, I got the Ulta Magic Marker Lip Stain. This is nice as a lip stain. I have it in the shade Purple Fizz. It is quite dark. It is actually darker than this. I have worn it in a few videos. It's a little bit finicky to get it even, but once you get it even, if you just take your time, it's quite nice and it stays for quite a while, and it seems to wear off fairly evenly so it doesn't look patchy. I enjoyed this. I used it 7 times, and I would probably repurchase this again. Maybe I'd get something in a lighter shade for like an everyday look, because wearing this for an everyday look this dark of a color was a bit intense. I will give you a swatch on the back of my hand. So there it is. I love this color in a lipstick, but on a lip stain that stays that intense. And it dries down pretty quickly. I just tried smudging it. I got it on my finger, but yeah, it doesn't smudge very well, but it is nice. I enjoyed it. I will continue using it in the future. And then I also brought in a tinted lip balm. This is from LA Colors, their lip color. This is in the shade Grape Crush. Yes. And this is just sort of a tinted lip balm. I am wearing it today over my lip liner. I don't know why I keep swatching things on that side of the hand. It's too hard to see. That is what it looks like there, or way over here. It is just a blue, shimmery, metallic, tinted lip balm. A nice sheer color. Wash of color. And hydrating on the lips, not drying. So yeah, I wore this 11 times. The shimmer's a little bit intense for an everyday look, but I could wear it on an everyday basis. And now I think I have it all over. That's another drawback, is it, since it is slightly colored, it kind of has a tendency to travel. Okay, so that's everything I used over the last month. Give me a moment to put all this away, and then we'll start picking products for next month. Okay, I am back. I've picked out most of my products. There are a couple categories that I still have enough of that I want to rotate and randomly select them. So let's start with primer. I've decided to keep in my NYX hydrotouch primer. It is so close to being finished, I'd like to go ahead and finish it before it sits around and dries up. And then for concealer, I decided to swap out my Be Purlisse for the Maybelline FitMe concealer. Again, I just want to get some more use on this before it gets dry. I have mine in the shade 001 Cool Ivory. It's a little bit lighter than me, so it's a good match. And then I'm going to keep in the L'Oreal Magic Skin BB foundation. And I think this will go nicely with this to lighten it up. So we're keeping the foundation in. And then for bronzer, I recently brought this into a project. I think I brought it into Throwback 30. This is what's left of the Complex Culture Sun Bath Bronzer in Play. It was a baked bronzer that I was working on finishing last year, and then it crumbled and fell out of the pan, and since it's baked I didn't want to repress it, so I just decided to crunch it all up and make it a loose bronzer, and it is in this container here. I will give you a swatch of it if I can get some on my finger. Okay, hopefully you can see it right there. It is a light bronzer. That's okay. I'm a light person, and it can, you know, when you put it on, it's more than just that. So yeah, bringing that in. For blush, I'm bringing in the last blush in my collection that has not been used, besides the Franken I made of the 2 balm blushes, which I'll bring in next month, but we'll talk about that then. So this is a new one to my collection. This is from NYX. It is one of their Buttermelt blushes, and this one I have not used. This is in the shade my Butta half. I have such a hard time trying to get these open. I found something that worked before. I don't have that tool with me, but if I get a little tool in there and do it, I can open it. It is a bright pink. And these are very highly pigmented. That is what it looks like there. I think it's slightly sheeny. I'm not sure if it has a slight sheen to it or not, which is okay. It's not overwhelming, so it's fine, but that's a really pretty blush. I think it'll look good. Most of my blushes tend to be on the peachier side, which is not my preference because I think they tend to pull a little warmer then. And I prefer a cool blush, so I'm looking forward to playing with this. Like I said, I haven't used it as a blush yet, so I haven't used it at all yet. So yeah. And then, as I said before, I'm deciding to use this Ulta Beauty lipstick in 315 Party Crasher as a cream blush. This is a nice mauve-y tone, and I just have it right there below. It pulls a little bit brown, but I think with this pink, bright pink blush, it's gonna be a nice cool toned cream blush, and we'll see how we do with that. Alright, the first category that we can pick from is going to be my highlighters. And I did not get ready with the pretty random map, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I have 6 that look like they have not been selected. Okay, and it looks like it's already set up 1 through 6. Let's see if we can get it to work. Number 5. Okay, number 5 on my list of not been used that I've tracked is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, that comes from my Aspen palette. In here. And it is the shade Iced Out, which is this pinky one here. We're going very pinky this month. Okay, let's swatch that. So that is it right there. That'll go nice with the blush, I think. And yeah, that should go nice. Really haven't used that one that much. So that one is coming in. Let me write that down. Okay. Next, moving on to eyeliner. If you watch my ins and outs, I purchased 2 new eyeliners because I was missing having a black liner, and then I had a craving for a navy blue. Thought that would be nice, all tight line with a navy blue. So I picked up this one from Essence. It is their long-lasting eye pencil in Deep Sea Baby. And it is a nice deep navy, almost looks black, and it is a gel retractable pen. I can't tell, it might be slightly metallic, but it is a dark navy, so it's pretty much going to be read on my eyes probably is black, but we'll see how it looks when I wear it. Looking forward to playing with that. Speaking of blue, I had heard about the tip from Jessica Lee. She talked about using a blue eyeliner as a lip liner, and I thought that sounded good for cooling down any warm lip products, so I decided to pick one up, but I decided to make it a multi-stick, and this is from Wet n Wild. It is their semi-matte multi-stick in the shade Blew Me Away. This is nice. It's retractable as well. And this might be a nice base to put on, and this what it is sheared out to put on underneath some lip products. So I'm bringing that in as my lip liner. And then for my bullet lipstick, I also rolled into a project, I don't remember which one, my Bite Beauty Multi-Stick in Prismatic Pearl. I like to wear this as a lip topper. Smelling it just to make sure. Starting to smell, but not a whole lot. That is all that is left in there. Oh, I think I brought it into Throwback 30 as well. So I'm going to swatch it over that lip liner. That is what it looks like there. And then on its own. Kind of has a burgundy-ish base. You know, we'll see. We'll see how it works. But that is bringing that in for my lipstick of the month. I really enjoy that shade. It's quite unusual and unique, and it gives me that shimmery look as well. Alright, and then finally for liquid or gloss, I have them all together, liquid lipsticks and glosses, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to choose from. I'm sure some of these have been in the project already, but earlier in the year I didn't focus on them. I can't remember why. I know why I didn't focus on highlighters, because I was finishing one, but lips I don't recall. Maybe because I was focusing on the ColourPop. Anyway, I have 8 to bring in to choose from. Some of them have not ever been used, so we'll see. And we're going to bring in number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 is another sample from YSL. It is what it is. Alright, all these guys in here. And the YSL sample we're bringing in is Chili Delight, which looks like it's a dark red. That means I have 1 sample left, and I was like, I don't remember what I did with the lip brush. Here it is, and I did wash it and clean it, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch this for you, and we'll see how dark it really is. These are the Candy Rouge lip balms. They're basically tinted balms. Where to put the swatch? Oh, okay. That is what it looks like. It's kind of an orangey one. So that might be a good candidate to go with that blue lip liner. That would be an interesting combination. Because that is a orangey red. Not my cup of tea. Okay. And in case you want to know, and I haven't mentioned in the past, I'm currently using my Wet n Wild Mega Protein Mascara. So that is that. And then I have the Wet n Wild Eye Primer, as well as the BH Cosmetics Base Booster for my glitter glue. And I also swapped out my powder. I was using the Wet n Wild translucent powder. Now I'm back to the Kokie translucent powder. Those are things that aren't on my list to talk about, and I just wanted to let you know really quick. If you have any other comments, suggestions, feedback, tips or tricks, let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, remember to take care of yourselves. Stay true to you, and I love you, no matter who or what you are, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!